What's up, everyone? So we have a post here by Afro Ballers, one of the biggest uh, po Instagram pages that covers the sport, and here we have a post that's pretty interesting. So during the latest FIBA qualifiers, Omar Ballo and Mali never played a game. Team failed to appear for 2 games in apparent protest against the Basketball Federation, and then disqualified under the FIBA rules. Today, Ibrahim Jambo, let me just use their second names: Kante, Saronera, Sadio, and Drissa Ballo, Omar Ballo, Ibrahim Sibdibe have been banned from the Malian national team. So the the Malian Federation of Basketball banned us from the selection because we demanded our rights. Unpaid bonuses, false promises, lack of respect for the players, poor conditions for preparations. We just want change, a better Mali. So Mali, they got disqualified because they didn't show up for their 2 games. I remember I was waiting for their game against Uganda. It was for the first game in the this window they just passed. I was watching the Cape Verde versus Nigeria. Then Uganda versus Mali was slotted in next. The Ugandan team showed up. The Malian team didn't show up. So, and they are citing that the federation has really neglected them the same way the Kenya Basketball Federation has neglected its own players and put them in situations where they can't win. So Omar Ballo has been banned from the Mali national basketball team, and it's just sad. Given this circular, they appear to have been banned. So this is just a sad thing in basketball. You can see the players in the Mali national team, and also the guys who are in that federation, the Mali Basketball Federation. They are angry because of the simple fact that the federation has been complacent. They have been rigid. They have not been even making any changes or efforts to ensure at least these people are able to do anything, and even being able to improve on the quality of basketball in their country. So this is a protest that even the Kenya Basketball Federation should keenly follow, because there's a ripple effect that is going to happen, because people are waking up to the realization that when you have incompetent people at the top and they're not able to deliver on said promises or even give players a chance to be able to practice and be able to improve on that sport, the same way that the Mali national team, the players have said, the players have come out and said they demanded their rights, unpaid bonuses, false promises, lack of respect from players, poor conditions of preparation. This is just it's really similar to what the Kenya Basketball Federation did to the national team players. They had poor preparation. The players were selected. There was a memo that was circulated as the players were selected. They slept at the airport until Friday morning. They got the Ministry of Sports neglected. They didn't even allocate funds for them to even to travel to Cairo, Egypt. But yet there's the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, where a group of players are going to be sent there to represent the country in a 3-on-3. But there's money for that. Even they're locked in training camp right now, but they cannot even allocate the same set of resources to the national team that is representing us in Cairo, Egypt. And it's very important for Kenya to show up and show up well, which we didn't. The first game was a walkover. We got beat in the second game and third game because the players were not rested. The flight from Nairobi to Cairo is a long one, and if you're not able to recover from the jet lag, high chances are you won't be able to participate and able to give your best. Even if you try, you won't be able to do it. So this is the same situation where you're seeing, not only on Mali, also all the other federations of the continent. When will the time come when these players will just say we're not representing our country until these things change? Mali put their foot down. They said, you know what, we're not playing. You see, even after people stand up for their rights, especially the players who are affected, the federation slams them and use them as scapegoats, and they try to belittle them and disrespect them for them fighting for their rights, which is not supposed to be the case. Don't give these people the power. Without the federation, other players are nothing. and the national team is property of the nation. It's not a property of the federation. It's the nation that operates it. You're just a governing body that presides what's going on there. But the national team is the citizens, the hardworking citizens that give up their time and sacrifice to play. So this is sad. Let's just go through some comments. We got Kenyan Airways. This is Albert Odell. Africa is so ass backwards. You can see African leadership never fails to disappoint. This is true. This is something that has been seen. African leadership leaves a lot to be desired. Africa will not advance with this type of decisions. Yes. Why is it that you cannot change the decision? You cannot change the way you operate. You just have to silence the people who are standing up against the mismanagement in the federation. Why is it that you're targeting this man? This man has sacrificed everything for this sport. He has sacrificed his time to prepare for this, to play in the national stage. But yet you want to blackball him because he's fighting for his own rights. That's the hypocrisy. Africa needs to change. The Mali national team is changed. Also, the Kenya Federation, you'll be given your notice. If you keep carrying on with what you're doing, this is what is going to happen. The players are not going to participate. If I'm asked, Kenya is rightfully where we belong, at home, to watch the FIBA World Cup, because only serious teams that give time and prepare for these things, they are successful. Then we've got another comment. We stand with the players, give them their rights. Yes, true. This happens a lot in African countries every time. There's a lot of corruption. It's hurting our home talent too much. So this is something that is also seen in other nations. Players need money to invest. Players with money need to invest in their countries because the governments won't do that. Like football in Brazil is funded by the government. Each one teach one. Let them know enough is enough. True. Even this guy is from Mali. I mean, even here, I mean, typical for African basketball. True. Yeah. I mean, this is sad. It's ridiculous. They should just let our female team go to the World Cup. True. Damn, that's wild. Full support. Yeah, it's wild. I mean, why? Why would you do this to a player? Africa shaking my head. WTF? So it's sad. It's actually pretty sad to see that. Wow, really? I mean, unpaid bonuses. I mean, demand for right, false promises. Yeah. Lack of respect, poor preconditions in preparation. This is the same thing that ails KBF, and this is the reason why KBF doesn't succeed. KBF will not succeed because we have these tendencies. We have people here who would rather just continue with the way things are than thrive with mediocrity. Then when someone like myself comes out and points out the mistakes and shambles that are going in, you tend to cancel me, and instead of addressing the problem, you want to scapegoat me, a journalist, and instead of addressing the problem as it is and take it in face value and see that there's a problem and you fix it. But the problem is, even the guys in the federation, they know that there's a problem, but what do? They just turn the other cheek. You turn the other cheek, then they wait for a miracle to happen so that they can pull a win. That's not gonna happen. That will never happen. I'm actually in support, full solidarity of the Malian Federation of Basketball in the players, not even the federation. The federation did something bad by banning these players, but I'm in full support of the players, what they have done. They have to fight, and they should even tell people not to join the federation, not even to join even the basketball program for the national team. They shouldn't. If they're not going to change, then the only solution that they see is eliminating and removing the players and banning them completely so they cannot play. It isn't right. I'm not supporting the corruption in the federation. I'm not supporting any wishy-washy activities in the federation. We should support and use and promote integrity, because integrity is what has made a country like South Sudan thrive in basketball. You saw just earlier the Luol Deng firing three federation officials because of corruption. So that is the precedence. If you remove the corruption and you foster integrity inside such bodies, we will succeed. Kenya will succeed. Mali will succeed if you remove those elements that are counterproductive towards the development of the sport. I'm in full solidarity of these players. These players deserve better, and players should know that they are valuable, they are the product, and The federation and the national team is nothing without them. That's what I have to say, man. This situation. I saw it popping about 17 hours ago, and I just said let me just give my 2 cents on it in a video, and just for you guys to leave your feedback on the comments. I mean, it's just upsetting. I'm gonna see you in the next upload.